when you're starting a business, whether that's a trucking business, a freight brokerage business, really regardless of the type of business you're starting, if you make an upfront investment into that business, you are not technically winning. You're actually losing when you get started. So why do we celebrate the start? What is the purpose of that? Well, you're happy about getting started. You've gotten started on your entrepreneurial journey. You're taking charge of your own destiny. You're getting a chance now to move your own ideas forward. And that's something to be excited about. But that's not something that we should be jumping up and down and celebrating like we've actually accomplished something. You see, I think we get the idea of winning and losing misunderstood. We have the wrong concept of winning and losing. So in today's video, I want to help you understand why when you start a business, you're actually losing. That way you can redirect your mind, redirect your thoughts on a winning path and move your business in that direction. And in my opinion, there's no time like the now to get started. So let's get started right now. All right, so winning and losing. In order to understand winning, you must first understand losing and how it works. You see, when you get started in your business, let's say you start a trucking business and you go out and you spend $50,000 on a truck, right? And you get started in your business, you say, oh, okay, it's time to celebrate because I've gone out and bought a $50,000 truck. Well, I guess you're celebrating the idea that you can buy a truck, right? And that's good. But the person who actually wins in that transaction is not you. You are the buyer. The person who actually wins in the transaction is the person who sells you the truck. They're winning in that transaction. And you might say, oh, okay, I got it for a good deal. Yeah, and that might be the case. That might be you got a really good deal on it. That person sold it to you. They got X amount of dollars from you. So let's say in this case, they got $50,000. You're $50,000 in the hole starting out in a business, right? So you have to go in and make $50,000 before you even bring yourself even. And that's just for the truck. We're not talking about any other cost that might come with it because you will definitely have other costs that come with the truck, but we're just talking about a startup. For you to purchase a truck is $50,000. So you start out 50 in the hole. So how is that winning? How is it you're winning if you're starting off a business $50,000 in the hole, right? Now, do you have an opportunity to win? Absolutely. You can say, okay, you know what? I have this truck now, it's $50,000, and now I'm about to put it to work so I can start making my money back. But you haven't won until you get back at the very least even, right? And then after that, now all of the positives start to take place. All of the reasons for you paying $50,000 start to come into play because you're making that money now, you're making it back, and you're on the positive side, right? But being in the red and calling yourself a winner, celebrating yourself as a winner when you're really not losing at that particular time is getting the two crossed up. Don't cross them up. Look at them for what they are. One is clearly winning. I'm making money in a business. Not only am I making money, I'm making profit in a business. That's what it means to win in a business. You have to profit in that business to do it, right? So if you're not making a profit, you haven't reached profit yet, then you are simply turning the wheels. You're going through the process. You haven't yet won. Now, don't get me wrong. We can take small wins. You can say, oh, okay, I made $10,000 this month in my business. And that's a good thing because you're working toward profitability. So those are small wins, but don't confuse the idea of getting started with winning because getting started is just getting started. You haven't done anything yet. All you have done is put yourself in the position to buy the truck. Right? You've bought a truck. That's what it basically boils down to. Now you have to take all of that business acumen that you've acquired. You have to take all of that perseverance that you talk about, that discipline that you talk about, and you have to start applying that to the business and make it win. You have to go out and be able to get freight, get profitable freight, move that freight safely, consistently, over a long period of time in order for you to win, right? $50,000 in the hole is not winning. When you get to $50,001, now you're winning, or $50,000 in a penny if you want to basically boil it down all the way to the pennies. Then you are winning, and you can take it and start multiplying those wins and get further and further ahead, get even more and more successful. But don't confuse the two. Understand what losing is so that you can appreciate winning. I don't think we can really appreciate winning until we've taken some losses. We understand what that feels like. Then we can really be grateful for those wins. We can appreciate those wins, right? Get the two understood. Get a clear understanding of what it means to win and what it means to lose. And I think that puts you in a much better situation to have the best business that you can possibly have. Understanding, looking at things for what they are, not necessarily just for what we want them to be. We have to understand this is what it is. And then we work from that point to make those things what we want them to be. So celebration is good for the soul, but it's a bit premature in my opinion when you do it at the start of a business. Yes, celebrate, but celebrate after you've made your money back, after you've accomplished something. Then you have something to celebrate. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this information has been helpful. If you want to learn more about the freight broker business, I'll leave a free link in the description. It's my 5-video series. Excuse me. And I titled it, How the Load Movement Process Works. It'll give you a chance to come into the office with me, and you can watch me as I move loads, I talk to shippers, talk to carriers, so that you can get a better understanding of how this business works before you ever come into it. And then if you're interested in learning more about how we go out and find shippers, because believe it or not, that's the hard part. For most of us getting started, we have to be able to go out and secure a customer base. And most of us don't know how to do that. So since you might not know how to do it, I have you there. I'm going to leave you a free video right here that shows you exactly how we go out and find the shippers, find those customers that we do business with. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.